In this video we're going to be going over a 2's complement binary, which is essentially just binary with negative numbers that you need to know for a higher level. First we're going to quickly revise National 5 binary. So I've got this guide here that I will put up online. I'll let you read over the Nat 5 bit, but I've got this PowerPoint here where I'm just going to quickly get rid of the rust about binary. So binary is just like how we count up in tens, but like 1, 10, 100, but instead you double it, and normally you do 8 bits, and you're just doubling it that many times. All you've got to do is, if you've got a number here, so convert the following number into decimal, you just put the zeros and ones under. Hopefully, I'm assuming everyone remembers this, and then, but I'll do it just in case. And then you've just got to look where the ones are and go 64 plus 16 plus 8 plus 1, which gives us 89, I believe, yeah. And that's it. Sometimes you get the other way around where you get a decimal or denary number and you have to make it into binary. So you've got 79. What you've got to do is ask yourself, does 128 fit into 79? No, it doesn't, so you put a 0. Does 64? Yeah, it does, so you put a 1. That leaves you a 15. Does 30? Now, some of you might be thinking there's a really easy way to cheat it out, where if you know it's 1 less than one of these numbers, you just make 1, 1, 1, 1, but we'll go through it anyway just in case. So we've got 15. Does 32 fit into 15? No, it doesn't. Does 16 fit into 15? No, it doesn't. Does 8 fit into 15? Yeah, it does. So 15 minus 8. And you can just do this on a calculator. You just keep subtracting the numbers as you go along. So 15 minus 8 is 7. Does 4 fit into 7? Yeah, it does. That only leaves us with 3, which means 2 and 1. And that is the binary number for 79. Sometimes it will go over. You'll get 255, which is the max number you get for adding these up. So if you've got that, you just need to go up another column. So this would be 256, and you can go 512, 1024, and so on. But 300 with 256, subtract that, it gives you 44, and then you got 0, 0. 44 minus 32 is 12, which means it's 8 and 4, and because you've got nothing left, it's 0. And that is Nat 5 binary. So hopefully everyone knew that already, but I just thought I'd go over it just in case. For higher, so I've got this guide here which I'll go through first. It's a little bit different. It starts off exactly the same. Where is it? So say you got a number, minus 41. This is what you're going to be asked. It's called 2's complement. I just realised it's spelled wrong. So 2's complement. You just do 41 as usual if you got asked for negative 41, so just like we did 2 seconds ago, and then you get this number. Step 2 at higher level is to flip the bits or negate the bits, and that just means you turn every 0 into a 1 and every 1 into a 0. So this becomes this, and then you add 1 to it like a chimney sum back in P4 or whatever. So you just do 1 plus 0, and that's it. You just add 1 plus 0, and that's your answer. There's a possible step 4. If it's odd numbers, it'll be easy. If it's an even number, so say minus 42 instead, so you get this going through the steps. Now when you add 1 to it, what's going to happen is 1 plus 1, you can't write 2 because the highest number you get in binary is 1. So you write 0, and then you carry the 1, similar to how you carried the tens in primary school with your chimney sums. And then you just keep carrying it until you can finally put it in somewhere. And that's it. So the other way to do it is sometimes it'll say this is a 2's complement binary number. Can you turn it into decimal or denary? And then what you've got to do is you flip the bits first. So you get this and you just flip them all around. And then you add 1 to it like a chimney sum again, and that's your answer. And then you add them up like you did at Nat 5, and then you get 99 for this one. Now the key is you look at the first digit, like the original digit. So it was originally this. And because it's a 1, this is, and I should mention in 2's complement, right? This is no longer 128, technically speaking. This is something called the signed bit, but it's easier just to put 128 in your calculations. And basically, a 0 is a positive number, and a 1 is a negative number. So if it started with a 1, you just add a negative sign to it. So we're going to get negative 99, and that's it. If it starts with a 0, well, if it starts with a 0, you actually don't even flip the bits. You just do the old nat5 method that we covered at the start. It's just a regular binary number. I highly doubt you're going to be asked about that in an exam I think that's quite cruel, actually. So I've got some examples of this I'll go over, because I know I just raced through that. So convert the following number into binary using 2's complement representation. Minus 51. So first thing you've got to do is, so I'm just going to do this, I'm just using my mouse, so I apologize how ugly this looks. I mean, it's just what I've got at home. I mean, I'm acting like I don't do this in class, but whatever. So 51. So it doesn't fit in, 128 doesn't fit into 51. 64 doesn't either. 32 does, so you put a 1. That leaves us with 19, I believe. So you get 16, and then that. Finish it off with that. So just like the nat5, that's what you got to do. So for 2's complement, step 2 is you flip or negate the bits. So you can, if you want, do the negate sign, which is this little, it's like a weird side, like turn around L, and you just turn every 0 into a 1. Okay, and then the next step is you do a chimney sum, and you just do 1 plus 0. That's it. 1 plus 0 is 1. So, and the rest of the number remains exactly the same. And that's your answer. That's negative 51 in 2's complement binary. Let's say it's an even number, so it's a bit more difficult. Negative 68, so 0. 64 fits in, so that's 1. That leaves us with 4. So then you go to step 2, you do your little symbol, and you turn every 0 into a 1. Oops. And then you do, the next step is you write the plus 1. So it's a little bit different here. So we do 1 plus 1. So the max number we can get, we can't go up to 2. So you do 0, and then you carry a 1 underneath. So then you ask yourself, 1 plus 1, again, you can't do it. So you do 0, and then you get, then you carry the 1. 0 plus 1 is 1, and then the rest of it just remains exactly the same. And that is negative 68 in binary. The other way round, so we're told this is a 2's complement number, so there's a 1 at the start, we know it's going to be a negative number, remember that, but you actually lose the mark if you don't do that, and the little quiz I've set up, if you don't type in the negative symbol, you don't get the mark, because you won't get the mark in the exam that way. So you add up all the numbers as normal, so we've got 128, sorry, you just put in this as normal. What am I talking about? You don't add them up yet. And then you flip them. And then you do your plus 1 as before. So this becomes, I don't think I've left myself enough space, great. And then it's just exactly the same. Right, now you add them up as you did before. So we've got 64 plus 32, that's 96, plus 8, that's 104, plus 4, that's 108, plus 1, that's 109. So 109. But remember, the bit that's going to lose you the mark if you don't remember it, you look at what it was originally. If it's a 1, because this is technically speaking the signed bit, and it's positive is 0 and negative is 1. So remember those numbers. So because it was a 1 originally, this makes it negative 109. And that's it. So just remember that last bit or you will lose the mark. You won't get anything for it. Slightly different one. So 1110, so we'll just put, and then remember we're not adding them up yet, so you flip them, and that is 0. Okay, so you go +1. Now the easy way to do this, once you actually get used to it, you can do like the carry the 1, carry the 1, carry the 1, but I think it's easier just to think of it this way. Look for the first 0 and just plug the 1 in there, so put it here. And then you just do zeros, it's all going to be zeros. It's up to you, you can do the carrying way if you want, and it wasn't carrying there, but you can do the carrying way if you want. I just think it's easier. Look for the first 0, you know you're going to carry the 1s over and over again and just make everything else 0, and then everything else remains the same. So now we've got to add this up. So this is 16 plus 8, so that gives us 24, but because there's a 1 at the start, it's going to be negative 24. If there was a 0 here, you would just do it the nat5 way. You wouldn't bother flipping it or whatever. I highly doubt there's going to be a 0 full. And yeah, that's everything for me. Hopefully that makes sense. Just want to finish the video with a word from our sponsors. If you download Raid Shadow Legends, it's the best game of all time. I play it every day. If 10,000 of you download it, I'll get a bonus. So please download Raid Shadow Legends. Right, thank you. Bye.